Hello and welcome to the Stitch Bird's Nest. I am Rachel and this is my little corner of flosstube. I am here, it is December the 13th, it is Friday the 13th. Lucky or not, we are here to have a little look at some of my WIPs and no finishes today. A little new start and a little bit of haul. So, oh my gosh, it's almost Christmas. The year is just flown by. It's been good in some ways, not so good in others. I don't know how you're all feeling, but my kids are tired and a bit grumpy, and yeah, it's always nice when school finishes up and we can all just chill out a bit and relax, and I will be relaxing with my stitching. So let's start with a few WIPs. My favourite WIP at the moment, and the one which I think is going to turn into my chill out summer project, is Stitch Goddess by Modern Folk Embroidery. Not my Modern Folk Embroidery, what am I talking about? Tiny Modernist. Oh my gosh. So here she is. That's where I'm at. I'll pop the full pattern up here. So I've made quite a bit of progress on her. I'll pop a picture up of where I was at as well. As you can see, I've done a lot of her hair, and she is just looking glorious with that colour, and oh, I just love the way, like the flowers and the flow of her hair. It's so pretty. It's such a nice pattern to work on. Like you get a lot of, you achieve, you know, what you achieve quickly. I find with the hair and the bits and the white. Like every now and then I'll just pick it up and just do a few rows of white when I can't be bothered doing anything else. And that has actually made it go pretty fast, so it's not too bad. But you can see I'm making pretty good progress on it here, and I'll finish doing her body, and then I'll move on to the little animals and everything around, which I think will be real fun, because it's like, just do a bunny tonight, and I'll do another bunny, and then a hedgehog, and yeah. So I think I like to focus on one thing over summer, so that I can sort of, when I go away, I take mainly one thing, and I'll take a smaller project as well, which will be my cottage garden samplers project, which I don't have with me to show you, but anyway, another little project, and yeah, so it'll probably be my focus because it's so summery and so fun, and just loving her. I'd really like to have her up on my wall. Going to be moving in the new year to a new house, so I also think this would be a nice one just to have up on the wall when I shift. So yeah, that would be great. So yeah, Tiny Modernist, Stitch Goddess. Right. Next up is, oh my gosh, spot the silly mistake. Talk about a new mistake. Alright, confession time. So this was a new start, and it's looking so pretty. Look at it. So this is the Quaker sampler by someone whose name I've forgotten. I'll have to pop down below. And it is on this gorgeous linen, and it is Belfast blue spruce, and doesn't that look good? How gorgeous are those two ducks? So I'd only done the top duck last time, and I added in the duck in a bit, but you can see I started a fair bit from the top, right? Added probably far more margin than I needed, and then when I was looking at it, I thought, why do I have so much width going on? I know I bought more fabric than I needed, but I don't seem to have as much length as I need. So I haven't officially counted the holes, but I did get out the ruler, and I'm pretty sure I have started this on length. I should have started this way, is what I'm trying to say. And I've started this way. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm not 100% that that's what I've done, but I'm 95% that's what I've done. So I'm like, oh, sadness. Because look how amazing those ducks are. And if that is what I've done, I'm going to do this and start at the other end, and then these ducks, I'm going to finish the third duck and then like totally cut out those ducks for something else because they're amazing. I'm not wasting the ducks. No duck wasted, no duck left behind. Because yeah, so feeling really silly because I'm usually really good at stuff like this. But I have to tell you, and this might be like something everyone else knows and I'm like way behind and didn't know, but this is stitched with sulky, right? So it's one strand sulky, but I didn't know you could buy these big reels of sulky. Just to say, I only discovered sulky like in the last maybe 6 months. Like, I didn't know you could stitch with one thread of this, which is what I've done here, instead of 2 threads of DMC. So this was new to me, and I just love. I'll get in close. I mean, look how clean that is. Put my hand behind it. Try. Definitely need something behind that. The cat's now sitting on all my stuff beside me. Good on you, cat. Those stitches are so clean and crisp. Not that the camera would let you know that. They're so clean and crisp, and of course you've got no twisting. You don't have to worry about 2 threads getting on top of each other. And yeah, so anyway, I didn't know you could buy sulky like this, and I was on 1, 2, 3 stitch getting something, or some dyed fabric that I couldn't get here in New Zealand. So we're an island in the middle of nowhere, and I thought I'll just see how much the sulky is, because price wise it can get quite expensive in New Zealand sometimes to buy these things here. We're just so far from everything else, and it was on sale, and I was like, ooh, and it was a really good price. I can't remember what it was, but it's very cheap anyway. And then I came across these, and I was like, oh my gosh, you can buy sulky in these big rolls. It's like other end, 270 meters on there, and it's 12 weight, and I was just like, oh my goodness. And so this whole thing, which if I haven't already, I should have shown a picture up there, but this whole project is going to take, I think, one of these reels plus a bit more. So I bought 2 rolls because never going to go wasted with some white sulky in bulk. And yeah, so I was just like, how amazing is that? So in case you're one of the only other people in the world who didn't know about it, not just me, sulky in bulk, amazing. So yeah, there is the Quacker sampler, affectionately known as the Quack-along. If you haven't joined the Quack-along, you should join the Quack-along. Or you could start the Quack-along with my restart of the Quack-along if that's what I end up doing. Fun times. Right, I've got another cross stitch. If you haven't noticed already on my channel, I have doing cross stitch and embroidery, so I've got a couple of embroideries to show you today too. But we're still on the cross stitch. So this is the Book of Shadows by Alina at Over the Rainbow. And this was a stitch along a number of years ago that I never finished when they did it. and this is where I'm up to. So my son, who's 13, really loves this this little project, and he just keeps watching. When I work on this project, every time he's got a bit of input for me on how he thinks I should do it and what he thinks should be worked on and all that sort of thing. And so when this does get finished, this will be going to him. He doesn't know that, but yeah. So the original project had lots of the pages inside were like little monsters like Frankenstein and werewolf and things, but they were kind of cutesy, like little cartoony ones, and he was like really disappointed because he wanted them to be scary. And also for some reason him and I actually thought it would be ghosts because it was a mystery stitch along. And for some reason I thought it would be ghosts too. I don't know why. Book of Shadows, no. But he really wanted it to be ghosts, and so we got online and started looking. We found up these pictures of different types of ghosts, like poltergeists and shades and different types of ghosts. Who knew? But anyway, I started working on it quite frantically, thinking I'm going to get this done for him for Christmas. And I could have got this done for him for Christmas, but then I realized I was putting a lot of stress on myself, and I'm actually going through quite a lot of stress in my life right now, and I decided actually this wasn't healthy and this isn't the right time. So I decided no, I'm just going to keep working on it, and either he'll get it just when I'm done, or if it really goes off track, it'll be his next birthday, but probably just when it's done, because his birthday is not till July, so it's a while away. But it's pretty cool. It's a cool little project, and it's neat that like my boy is so into it, you know, so that's pretty neat, that he's shown an interest and stuff in that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Book of Shadows. Alina has done a whole series of these. She's got like Book of Shadows and Book of Potions, and there's Book of Spells, and there's mushrooms. And so if you like this kind of thing, you should go check them out because she has heaps of them. Right. My next one is an embroidery, and this is it's called the Orb. Just looking to see where the pattern's gone. Right, I'm just going to show the template because it's easier. So this is the cardboard version of what this project will look like when it's done. Okay, believe it or not, this embroidery will look like this when it's done, except every side is embroidered. So this is what I've stitched so far. It's tricky to see. Wondering what I've done with it. And there's that piece I've done so far. I love this one, so pretty. So what you do is you stitch up, I'll find it and pop a picture up here so you can see the picture of the full completed orb. But you stitch the 3 long strips like that, and then they are folded in such a way and interlocked in such a way that you create the shape. And this was the paper template we did just to learn how to make the shape. It's really clever, not as hard as it looks. The stitching's, I would say, simple, but I mean it's not advanced embroidery by any means. I've been embroidering a long time, to be fair, but I mean, this is actually like big crosses and little crosses. You do cross stitch. This is big crosses and little crosses. So you could look at that and go, oh my gosh, I couldn't do that. If you can cross stitch, actually you can do that. It's not complicated. And this one that I showed you before is straight lines going from little to big into the center. And there's 4 squares of them, little to big and into the center. So if cross stitch is your only type of embroidery, you should never feel like that's the only type you'll ever be able to do, because other types of embroidery aren't often as hard as they seem. So yeah, but so that's the orb project, and it's a really nice project. So over the summer that one may get finished off as well, because actually it's quite quick, but just busy, life's busy. So that is the orb project, and that was a project of Callum Pierce from the Coromandel Guild, so the Coromandel Embroiderers Guild I should say. So I'm in the Hamilton Embroiderers Guild, and we of course get tutors from other guilds to come over and teach us things and things like that, so that's pretty cool. And that's another thing too, if you're a cross stitcher in New Zealand and you're not involved with a guild, if I ever talk about a project or something upcoming and you want to go, just get in touch with me. I can absolutely put you in touch for these things. Or if you want to just hear what's going on in the future and you want to get in the know, again, I can put you in touch. You can come to retreats with me, learn all about this stuff. Alright, the next one is an embroidery project, and sorry, I'm leaning just so I can get the picture and look at my hair for a moment. The top of my head probably looks great. So this is the Sunflower Project by Fiona, I have to pronounce it right, I have to look at it, Karatha Aker. She was a tutor from South Island in New Zealand, and she did the Sunflower Project at our local retreat in October. And it's wool embroidery on the sunflower, and then metallic on the dragonfly. So this is where I am up to. So I've done most of the sunflower. I've got the leaf to work on, the center, the stem. You can see I've gone like wonky as heck in the middle here, but once I fill it all in, I can kind of cover that up a bit. No one will really notice once I've done that middle bit, and if it stays wonky, well, who cares, you know. Life's too short to worry about wonky centers and sunflowers. And then I'm going to pull a ladybird on top of that. I'm going to finish off the dragonfly. I'm not going to do the second sunflower that was over here. I kind of just like the one, so I'm going to wipe off the template of that. I'm going to finish the ladybird there and finish that center, and then I sort of thought I'm going to stitch a little kind of outline of a cutesy little mouse down here, because I thought that would be adorable. And my daughter really likes sunflowers, and I thought maybe I might give this one to her, and it could be kind of like Ada's garden, because my daughter's Ada, and no, I did not name her after the fabric. That was a really unfortunate thing that I never considered. Yeah, now she has me on about it. Poor kid. So yeah, and yeah, it's going, I think it's coming out well. I really love this dragonfly with those metallic stitches in. I mean, how pretty is that? Yeah, it'll be nice when it's done. So yeah, it's actually not far off being done at all. So yeah, that is the sunflowers and the wool. And I mean, it's actually come out okay, but to be honest, I've actually not enjoyed this project, and I think it's because it is wool and I don't like it. But live and learn. Every project's a learning thing, so you know. Yeah, sunflowers. Down you go. Right. That is all my WIPs. That is all the WIPs I've worked on. And it's not many really. It's funny because I sort of feel I've worked on a lot more, but no, I really haven't. It's been a funny sort of month. I do have a new start. I'll just get the pattern out and show you. Just a little new start. Just because it's Christmas, I started the Plum Street Samplers Cardinal Kin. I saw Caroline Strachan? Am I saying the wrong name? Oh my gosh. If I am, I'm going to correct it and apologize. That's all that's coming to my brain. Well, I don't know. Do a different colorway of this, and I really liked it, so I did something similar. And this is where I'm up to. Hang on. Too much light going on in here today behind me. It's very hard to see. Let me see. Bringing it closer does not help. Block some of the light. There we go. There we go. It's a bit hard to see, but you can see it's got green leaves, one little red cardinal, and I've got a few little berries in there. I'm sort of not certain about how that white is looking though. They're meant to be sort of like snowflakes, but it's so stark on the blue. So I'm sort of a bit uncertain what I'm going to do with those, whether I should change that colour to something a little less stark. If you have any suggestions, let me know, because I'm sort of feeling very uncertain about that white. Maybe I'd be better with something a little more silver, or a bit, yeah, I don't know. Maybe a metallic silver might be nice. I did think maybe those singular white stitches I would swap out with beads. That would give it a really nice, look. It's a shame that I'm having so much trouble with the lighting. Oh, there we go. That's a bit better. Yeah. Oh my gosh, the lighting is really funny too. Yeah. It has more contrast in person, but yeah, I'm not sure about those white snowflakes at all. So that might be coming out yet, but yeah, the red and the cardinal and stuff are looking really nice, and it's a nice little Christmas stitch. I like to stitch something different at Christmas, so that's been quite good. In terms of haul, I just have to, oh my gosh, everything's been so far away. I've lost some of my haul. Oh no, it's hiding. So I forgot to show you last month that, so my plan was to start Pandemic last month. I still haven't started it, which is terrible. And it's all because, first up, my thread was a little bit late getting here, and so I didn't get onto it. But I've actually been really scared to cut the fabric. It's a really big piece of fabric, and I'm so afraid I'm going to cut it short or something, that I've been procrastinating horribly to start cutting the fabric. So, but anyway, I thought I will show you the thread, and then this weekend I should really get on to cutting the fabric. Now, Pandemic, I looked at all the various ones people had done it online, and there were some really amazing colors and things like that, but I just had to go with black. I liked it in the black, and I just think the contrast of black on white was amazing. But I went with some silks for you. And again, you're not going to see, unfortunately, just how lovely and shiny the sheen is on that, and just how beautiful that will be to stitch with. It has a really nice shine to it, and of course it feels beautiful to handle. But yeah, so that is PR070 silks for you. Sorry, my throat's getting a bit dry. And I'm going to try and get brave this weekend and cut that fabric and hem it all, because of course it'll be a long-term project, and so I think I'm going to have to hem it just to yeah, make it nice and safe, and so the edges last. The other haul I got was actually a passed along piece of haul, which is so a friend of mine gave me a kit that she didn't want anymore, and she knew that actually I was keen on, and so this relates back to my son as well. I'd mentioned that I was going to do him an embroidery with some cogs and wheels in it, you know, that real steampunk kind of thing. And she went, I bought a pattern and to do a class, I think, and it got cancelled during the pandemic. And she said, I actually don't want to do that kit. You know, actually not my thing. I was going to do it as a class, but never happened. Now I've got the kit, so why don't you take it? And so she gave it to me, and it is Steampunk Fusion, and it's Shirley P Designs, and that is Shirley Pygott, who's a teacher and a designer here in New Zealand, and it is such a neat design. I know my son won't like that lace, as some boys don't, which is a shame because it's a great frame to it, but I was thinking if you actually framed it in a nice kind of antique kind of frame, so that that design was coming out of the corner of it, I think it would have the same dramatic kind of look, or maybe use something like a piece of antiqued leather or something, yeah, something like that. So I'll have a think on that, and then this will definitely be a birthday present for him this year, and I know he will just love it. And it came with all the pieces in there, and that, I love that lace. It's got a real nice antique look. It's got all the cogs and things in there that I'll need, all the gold work pieces. So that is just going to be so perfect for him. He does not watch my floss tube, so I am 100% safe. But yeah, isn't that just stunning? I'm really looking forward to putting that together. And I mean, I'll have a fair degree of freedom in how I put that together too, which is always nice. Also means if you make a mistake, it's not a mistake, it's creative license. I love a bit of creative license in my pieces. The next bit of haul is a really special piece of haul. It is a book by Alison Cole, A Kaleidoscope of Gold Work Butterflies. Now this is really special for a few reasons. The most important one being that this was in memory of her daughter who passed away, I think it was last year, and her daughter was young. I don't know exactly her age, but about 19, 20, and really suddenly from a disorder related to a type of epilepsy, very acute and very suddenly. So it was a pretty terrible shock to poor Alison. I did a class with her last year, and she's just one of the most lovely, giving teachers. You know, she just has so much time, and she's just so friendly, and just, yeah, really great teacher to have. So if you have a chance to take a class with her, definitely do that, because she's really, really amazing. But this book was written to try and raise money for research into the condition her daughter had, which is goes by the name Norse, and each of those letters stands for a part of the name. It's so rare that I think they only had one case of it in Australia last year. So that is the reason for the book. But the other thing about the book is just how amazing it is. I mean, look at these gold work butterflies. It's incredible, you know. And the class I was doing with her is actually in here. Here it is. I was going to say I had it. I did this class with her. This is Cleo. My piece is not quite finished, but again, this will be a New Year finish for me. So yeah, really special book. She's only selling a small number of them, and she's selling them directly through her website, which I'll list down below, and all the proceeds are going to research into this condition. So you want a nice book, or you know someone who would love it, yeah, go and support Alison. So that's really nice. And the last piece of haul I have, which I will, no, can't lift it up, box is full of stuff. I got a stitching advent calendar this year, which was very cool. I got it from Orderly Stitching, and which is a New Zealand company in South Auckland. And I got, just bring up a couple of examples. I got a box, and in the box were 24 little wrapped parcels like this, and each of them have a number, and a kiwi with its head stuck in the box and its bum sticking out with its feet. And each day I open a little parcel, and I've been posting them here on flosstube so you can see what I've opened, and each day I've been opening a different little stitchy item. So I've had thread, fabrics, all sorts, but I thought I'll show you a couple of my favorites. So the first day I got these Mill Hill beads, which is pretty cool, and they each come with a little poem. So it's like, on the first day of Stitchmas, what did I see? A Mill Hill bead pack twinkling like a tree. So I love those. This one I got yesterday, and I was so stoked. I got a Nerge stitching frame, which I love Nerge, and I love the size. I haven't had one this size. One day I got this beautiful speckled linen. How cool is that? And then the lady who does the advent calendar designs, she makes patterns, so I got patterns, can't show you obviously. She does her own needle minders, tins, mugs, all sorts. So she does her own art. So this is one of her tins, and she does like Kiwi type art, or Kiwiana as we call it. And like this tin is so Kiwi. So obviously in New Zealand we celebrate summer, celebrate Christmas in summer. So a lot of our Christmases are spent at the beach, and in New Zealand you're only ever 2 hours really from a beach, no matter where you are. We all live close to a beach, so and so there's Santa on his tractor, because everyone knows a farmer as well, with his sleigh pulled by sheep, because we have like millions and millions of sheep, more than people, on his way to the beach with, there's got to be a chili bin there. Oh, there's no chili bin. Oh, she slipped. Chili bins are these containers we use for keeping food cold. And this here is a pūhutakawa tree, which are really common, particularly around beaches, and we call them New Zealand Christmas trees because they have these bright red flowers that come out in the summer. So they're really beautiful, and kids love to climb them. So yeah, so really beautiful art, and really just picks up that New Zealand spirit. And I've just realized that this basket has threads and fabric and hoops, stitching hoops in it. I didn't pick that up before. She's so funny, good attention to detail. So yeah, so it's been really fun having the advent calendar and stuff, and getting all those little bits and pieces. So yeah. So what else for me? We are going to catch up with family for Christmas. We're having a family Christmas, and in the new year I'm going to do a floss tube, and I'm going to go through all my WIPs, which I've never done that, and there are WIPs you have never seen because they're buried deep deep in the depths of my house. So I think that's gonna surprise even me. But I've decided, as I said, I'm moving early next year, so everything's got to come out. So I was like, I'm going to get them all out. I'm going to pack them all in one box. So I thought, good time to do a full WIP parade and show you all of them. So that will be actually quite fun. And also I thought it'd be a good time to make a plan about what I want to stitch on, what I want to pass on, and yeah, just what I want to do for next year. I'm sort of mentally like, there's a couple of projects I really want to do next year. Tiny Modernist, you know, like there's a couple of their patterns I really want to do, and I thought maybe when I finish this Stitchy Goddess I could pick another Tiny Modernist pattern, and that'd be kind of a cool way to kind of do it, you know, like yeah, so things like that, and yeah, just other things that I'd like to stitch on. But yeah, I don't really want to be starting too much without finishing some stuff off, and I find it too overwhelming if I get too many things started. Yeah, best laid plans really, isn't it? You always say that, and then next thing you know. But yeah, and it's going to be all about packing in the new year, and then I have to find a house, so wish me luck. So yeah, it's like I don't actually know where I'm going to be living yet, so yeah, I've got to go and do that. So I should probably get onto that. I should probably go do some packing. So yeah. So I hope you have a wonderful Christmas, and hope you have so much fun with your families, and I hope you get to do lots and lots of stitching, and I will see you probably in the new year now, and we can all catch up then and share our stitching. Alright, bye now.